Mr.Lubega Mukaaku, there are 7 reasons identified through your research why there is an application to divorce yourselves from anything associated with NUP. What are those reasons? Very quickly. 1.
We are ending our cooperation with the National Unity Platform because 1, they abused, in effect, our agreement to cooperate, to work together, to liberate this country. Secondly, they have failed to offer proper leadership for the liberation of this country. The way they lead is under question. Not only the way they lead the entire opposition, but also the way they lead even our members who are still trapped and within the National Unity Platform. The other one is failure to respect the contributions, the noble contributions of every institution, every special interest in the alliance to liberate this country. Let there be cultural institutions, faith-based institutions, political parties and entities, and even segments of the population. They can be advised today not to do this. In the night, they will go against that. The other one is the erosion of the very values and norms that we all averred to protect. The values of our country, of our society, of our communities, and our political parties, our political parties espouse. And they have gone ahead even to say they want this country to rather focus on issues that are alien, like the campaign for LGBT. This is not the cause to remove the dictator, as we saw proclaimed on every forum. The cause to remove dictatorship, to address leadership failure, to address failed governance, to address capture, is embedded in other critical areas. For example, if today, and as we had promised the country, we shall fight election rigging. So deal with electoral, constitutional, and political reforms.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you in a second, but let me speak to the Secretary General of the Democratic Party, who is also with us on standby. Mr. Siranda, you certainly are following and you're hearing these developments. They say DP Bloc, do you know them? And is this good news for you that, if you may, prodigal son is closer to home than he was before?
I hear them. I have heard about what is happening. But first, to let the nation know that there is nothing called DP Bloc without the Democratic Party. And what they continue claiming as a DP Bloc stopped to exist the moment we fell out of that arrangement. Because the arrangement under the MOU was very clear that they will ally and build everything around the DP Bloc to the Democratic Party. That the moment they abused that process and we insulted left, right, and center, the world judged us, you can see where they went, is also a problem. So I think for me, we must start respecting institutionalization. What they address might be true, might be good for people to hear, but I think these are colleagues that are addressing some issues that are personal egos. They were used to address the same things in DP, but because DP was the liberal institution that allows discussion, where they went, that's not how things work. So I think for me, if you are not comfortable with the very process, they can address that as their parties. For instance, I've heard the Honorable Mukaaku. He ran in the last election as SDP. So for me, it is better if the Honorable Mukaaku addresses these matters as SDP. Henry Rubowa is the Secretary General of SDP. Other people belong to other parties, but they do not want to address matters as their parties. Because even parties where they belong, for instance, Honorable Michael Mavike, He is the president of SDP according to the papers in the Electoral Commission, but he is contesting as an independent. So if you have an institution that you market, but you don't even trust it, run with it, for me, we're just confusing Ugandans. If we want to build a proper multi-party dispensation, we should have respect to political parties. If you disagree with the parties, and in Swahili we say, okay,
I'll come back to you in a bit. Honorable Siranda, I'll come back to you a bit. Mr. Lubega Mukaaku, they don't know you. You left home, you ran out of an agreement. You're simply not known. You're probably not even DP-Bloc, if I'm to take his words for what they are.
It's unfortunate to listen to the contradictions that are within and coming out of people like Siranda and Mao. But for all reasons, we know that the leper they have, the agreement they made as individuals with those that, with the people that the party membership feel are an enemy to democracy, they have to explain that. They have told you that DP-Bloc is a pool of 3 political parties. What they also forgot to tell you, how did I sign? I signed as a member and a leader of the TJ. Now, there are also other people who signed on that particular thing. We had the elders, the late Dr. Paulo Kawanga Semwogere, and many others. Now, for them, because they are in cooperation and you have a memorandum of agreement with the NRM, that is quite different from what we call the DP-Bloc. But the DP membership in the wider, and fraternity in the wider sense, and with the SDP, and with the PDP, with the TJ, with the UID, still hold as DP-Bloc. And we were not mistaken. Let them forget all the figments about wanting to fight to hold on to a Democratic Party that has rejected them. Let them address the issue of DP-Bloc. When we talk about Africa, we are not specifically talking about just Uganda or just Tanzania. Okay. We are talking about Africa, for God's sake. When we talk about the community of nations, we are not talking about the individual, okay, so and so, or leader, or political leader, or political head, so and so. What we have talked about here and yes, in this is DP-Bloc. It's a relationship. It gave birth to the National Unity Platform. If Siranda actually wants, he can be an advocate of the NUP, but he cannot force us to continue cooperating with NUP if we so decided.
I'm coming back to you. They're saying you can't be forcing them to continue cooperating with the NUP. After all, yourself, you've gone into cooperation with a man that you two attempt or posture to try to remove.
You see, those are comrades that are known for being confusers. Everywhere they go, they cause confusion. Everywhere they go, they cause war. They left DP, and you people, I remember you asking me the question. Time has exonerated us that we're not wrong. And I'm telling you, ask Mr. Mukaaku, he ran under which party? You check, he's SDP. He continues moving. He's just like a Mutembei, from here to here, from there to here. So these are guys that are confusing. If they're tired of NUP, they should live as parties where they belong, like SDP. They should not continue confusing people like DP-Bloc. There is nothing like DP-Bloc without the DP. That ceased to exist a long time ago. Those are agents of confusion. We who believe in multi-party dispensation believe that there is nobody who is bigger than the institution. They went to coalesce with Honorable Chagulanyi. They knew who he was. They knew what they were following. If they're tired, they should leave and form other entity. But these are agents of confusion. And we who believe in multi-party dispensation, we believe there is nobody who is bigger than the institution.
Thank you, the Honorable.
Whatever he's speaking, you can see they are opening war with DP, they are opening war with NUP, with everybody.
Thank you very much.
Now, he's every day in Massacre confusing elected leaders.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Gerald. The Honorable Gerald Siranda. You've got about 30 seconds. You are being called confusing everybody apart from the anchor.
Who is more confused to put on green and he puts on yellow and claims to be in an alliance? Who is more confused to say he has a memorandum of understanding where they were supposed to become ministers and the like, and has never materialized? Who is more confused to have sold the party to the ruling regime? The 4 or 5 individuals that did so, Siranda, Mao, Mbide, and the company advocates. I think let them leave the spirit of the party with
in 10 seconds.
With those who have it. And here we are saying, for us, we cooperated with the NUP, but our cooperation is ending, and we have given 7 reasons to terminate this cooperation, and we are free to do so. Not like them who went into the marriage with NRM.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel Walter Lubega Mukaaku, and we also thank the Honorable Gerald Siranda, who still seems on camera to have a bit to say. I'm also not, am I confused? Where's the camera?